My name is Mike Potsou, Director of Athletics here at St. John Vianney High School. With me today is head coach of the Soccer Griffins, Mr. Brian Haddock, who's entering his 8th season at the helm. So Vianney Soccer is such a brand name in the St. Louis community. What are the qualities that a player must possess in order to be a Vianney Soccer varsity player?
What I remind these kids to be a successful Vianney soccer player is to be open to what maybe we see in you. You might be a good wingback for your club team, but at Vianney, we want you scoring. You know, and last year was a great example. We had a senior in Ben Perkins who, on his club team, was a steady Eddie center midfielder. For Vianney, he led our team in goals and had the time of his life doing it. And I think it built his resume, now that he's playing at SIUE, to be a better player. I think he's understood the game a little bit better because of the high school experience. So to play at Vianney, you have to be open to that sort of stuff. And I really feel with our Vianney soccer brand, we give these kids and these families almost like a package of life skills.
So what kind of style do you think we're going to see from this year's team? Because there was a little bit of a different style from 2 years ago, the first year, to last year's team. They played a little different style. Do you anticipate things being the same, a little bit different, or unsure at this time?
I would anticipate, if we're taking those 2 years as barometers, is to be a team like last year, because I think we've got guys that can play. And when I say they can play, that can mean a number of different things. I think we've got a team that can score a couple goals a game. And in soccer, if you can do that, but also have that hard-nosed, high-press defense, I think our opponents are going to have a hard time. But to do that, you need your practices to mimic what you expect out of these kids in a 90-minute match. So if you want kids starting and coming off the bench, you know, running these opponents into the ground, if that's not mimicked in your practice, you're not going to see that in the games.
Just the other day, I walked into a meeting to say hello, and I noticed you had a group of individuals in the room providing feedback to you as a coach, and you were asking these questions to them to get their feedback and their input so you could kind of help shape how you move forward as a program for this season.
Yes.
And you really rely on senior feedback. Talk to me a little bit about how you as a coach are comfortable reaching out to your seniors and having them really buy in and give you some input on things to think about.
Yeah, that's a great question. I probably would say, full disclosure, it's an area that I have grown maybe the most in, and I probably would need to because of, let's face it, the players are staying the same age, and every year I do this, I'm getting a little bit older, so the tendency is maybe to lose sight of what kids like these days, what lights them up as far as a program, anywhere from, you know, hey, what do we want to look like as far as apparel? What does our pregame music want to be? What do you guys like as far as the experience of Vianney soccer? You know, this is your 4th year. Is there something in your first 3 years you'd like to see change? And I think cohesion and that bond of a team is a game changer in high school sports. Let's face it, we start on August 12th, and we need to have a product as quick as we can because playoffs start right around Halloween. So 100%. The X's and O's is important with me, but I almost put that bond just as critical.
Everybody's really looking forward to this season, and Coach, thank you for taking the time to be with me today.
I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.